loves radio, this is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes, this is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
They suck.
Good morning. It's Monday, the 19th. Thanks for joining us here on the Knockem Day Comedy Show. Welcome, everybody. We are live on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, the Facebook page, YouTube channel. Please share the link to this show on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, because there are several great shows here. We are live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, and Jeff is here.
Thank you. I am here.
Yeah.
Quite happily so.
Well, let's get right into things, shall we?
What are we getting into?
John Rusiello says, good morning. John, I'll get to you in a second. I have to address some things with Romeo. But first I'm going to address Jeff.
You're going to address me?
Yeah. Well, we have something very important to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been here for about 20 minutes. I was purposely keeping my mouth shut because I was saving this for the air.
Uh-huh.
And I might, this might be a little bit of an intervention, my friend. Maybe a little bit. So, this weekend, and I think you're going to know what I'm talking about in a second, but this weekend...
I'm sure I already do.
Yeah, I think you do. The lovely Mary Scelzi posted something, which was very alarming. Posted something about her beloved husband, Jeff. She said that she was out. It doesn't matter where she was, but she was out.
She was working.
She was working. And she came home from work to find her beloved Jeff doing something that I just found appalling, and I think most of you guys will, especially the men.
Clearly, since Mary posted this, I'm sure there's a little bit of a misunderstanding. But...
No, there's really not, unless it's a flat-out lie, there can really be no misconception here.
A little misconception. With reason.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to hearing this, because I think, personally, I just think it's your way of, deflecting, because I do think there's an intervention needed. Mary came home from work to find her husband, Jeffrey. Does anybody call you Jeffrey?
Yeah, some.
Do they?
Yeah.
I have never associated you with the word Jeffrey. The name's okay. Well, she comes home to find her husband, her beloved husband, Jeff, watching the movie Grease.
Yeah.
And? Yeah, she's not there with you.
And I wasn't there when she walked in the door because I wasn't in front of the TV. It just happened to be on that channel I was watching.
So what?
So I kept it on.
Meaning that you were watching something else and then Grease came on.
Yeah, Grease came on. I said, oh, and I just said, whatever. And I was just doing some light things around the house because that's all I could do is light stuff because, I get too tired.
Of course.
Stuff.
Right.
And let's face it, Olivia Newton-John was smoking hot.
All right. I have two things with this. First off, I disagree.
You disagree about Olivia Newton-John being smoking hot?
No, I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
I was going to say.
But my issue here is you weren't in front of the TV.
Nope.
You're like, screw it, I'll keep it on. No. I'm taking the 5 seconds to turn off that TV and put on the stereo or, put something good on. And then with your Olivia Newton-John comment, smoking hot and, and everything she did pretty much until the day she died. But you just said you weren't in front of the TV. So what does it matter?
I mean, I was at some point.
Now.
She came home.
Now, you see, now he's kind of...
But that's because I had to, fold some clothes and stuff.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, I was sitting on the couch and it was on, so it's...
All right, well, yeah.
And you got to wait to the end to see her in that black stretchy leather outfit.
Well, then you just go on YouTube and go to the end of the movie.
It's too much work.
Well, apparently, yeah. Apparently you don't like work because you didn't, want to change the channel.
It's exhausting. Channel surfing, all the channel surfing, it's exhausting.
Now, I understand watching a movie like Grease with, when you're with your partner because we all want to get the lovin'. But she's not even home. It's not like she was in a different part of the house and you left it on so she can enjoy it. She wasn't even home.
And the cars were cool. The hot rods, Grease Lightning. It's cool.
Do you? So I'm very worried about you. I'm worried that like this coming weekend we'll see the post.
I have the vinyl home.
You have the vinyl of Grease.
Yeah, I got it back in the 70s for Christmas. I think it was maybe.
All right, that's a gift.
Mother. Yeah.
All right, especially for mom. So you keep that for keepsake for the sentimental value. That doesn't mean you have to play the record.
I don't have a record player anymore. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Well, I should get one though. But
you should. I still have one.
Yeah. It was on. So what?
No. It's not.
Come
a so
on.
what. You are
Come on, people. I don't
Who
see.
are you, and what did you do with Jeff Scelzi? That's what I want to know. You weren't playing. Oh shit! What's the one with Nicholson? Easy Rider. It should have been Easy Rider. It should have been. Now a lot of people aren't fans.
Love Easy Rider.
Yeah, easy. It could have been Easy Rider. Could have been a Beatle movie. I mean, shit. Forrest Gump will accept. We'll accept Good Will Hunting.
It was just on. I just said,
I don't buy
just
it.
Do what I'm doing here and run around the house.
We need to save Jeff from the chick flickism. It's scary. We don't need you softening up. I know we're getting older. We're starting to become the shell of what we used to be, but it doesn't mean
clearly Mary enjoyed coming home and seeing that I was not. That I was okay.
So, is Grease the word? Did it work out for you when she came home? Did it work in your favor?
No,
you don't know?
No, she got home and got ready for her second job.
All right, well, that part we admire. You're sitting home watching Grease while she's working 18 jobs.
Somebody's got to do
it. Good morning, Tony and Jeff says, and Vicky's watching. Grease had a great soundtrack. All right, I'll agree with you, Vicky, only because everybody says so. I'm not a big fan, and I know I'm like a handful of people in the world who will say that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Grease. The movie was way too much of a chick flick for me. But I will put it on because Lisa loves it, so I'll put it on for her.
See?
When she's home.
When Mary was coming home.
When she's home.
She was coming home. Eventually.
You had no idea when she was coming home. So it was like, oh, let me put this on just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
no?
That.
All right, maybe not.
At all. Fremder.
I watched Grease.
Fremder.
I know, Fremder. I saw it.
Watching Grease by yourself. Love you, Jeff, but that's gay. Fremder, Jeff's wife came home and saw him sitting on the couch airing out his vagina. Fremder, thank you last night. You and Tom Kelly were on your best behavior last night. Tom Kelly stopped in here for a few minutes. That was funny, airing out his vagina. Now, if you said to me, Mary dropped what she was doing and she sat on you on the couch, then I would have redeemed you and welcomed you back to manhood. But that did not happen. So this weekend, will Mary come home to find you watching Dirty Dancing?
She don't work weekends, so she'll be home. Well, no,
when did she post
morning? She works Saturday morning.
When did she post that? Friday?
I don't remember.
Whatever day that was. Fine. She's out wherever. Doesn't matter what day, where she is. Will she come home to find you watching Dirty Dancing?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh, what did you do? Now, I love Mary, but should I blame her for this?
No.
Have you ever come home to find Mary with Easy Rider on or Hard Day's Night?
No, it never happened.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Scott says, real men watch Grease. Just don't watch it with lube with John Travolta on the screen.
No worries there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of Grease. I find some of it annoying. Like We Go Together. Like, I hate that song. I don't even know. Is that the title? I don't even know.
Probably.
Grease is the word. It's a little, that's a little too 70s for me. Although the Bee Gees wrote that song. And I do like the Bee Gees. But Vicky says, come on. It's not like Jeff was watching Beaches.
True. Which I would not do.
It's coming.
No, it's not. No.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Got to draw a line somewhere.
Oh, now we're drawing a line.
Got to draw a line somewhere.
How about Titanic? Mary come home to find
I watched it once or twice, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I needed to see.
I prefer to call it Titanic. Just because of tit. Fremder would enjoy that.
It's funny when you say tit. My Let It Be tattoo here.
Yeah.
If I have a button-down shirt on, you just see tit.
Oh.
Mary pointed it out when I was in the hospital. I had the hospital gown on. She goes, it just says tit. I go, no, and I could see the whole thing, but it does when just that area is supposed to see.
Good
tit.
planning. Good planning on your part. Let's see.
I don't know if you'll be able to tell now. Could we see tit?
Oh, we see tit.
You
there
see
it
tit?
is.
You
yeah.
see tit? Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's
great.
like the Sean Connery skit on SNL of Jeopardy.
Right.
Connery, what do you take? I'll take Let It Snow. Let It Now, it is. Let It Now. It's Let It Snow. No. Let It Now, Alex.
Speaking of SNL, did you catch any from this weekend?
No, I did not.
So it was the last the last episode of the season, and one of the now there's been the discussion for several years now whether the show is still good or not, and the show has gotten too political. But I think one thing that has remained true is the Weekend Update. And currently it's hosted by Colin Jost and Michael Shea. Colin Jost, by the way, will be here at Governor's. I think it's July. Late June or early July, I forget. But he's coming. But the two of them have an annual thing that they do on the last episode of the season, each season, where they write jokes for each other. And they haven't, like, Jost hasn't seen what Shea wrote, and so they're reading it live on the air for the first time, like me reading Fremder's comments. I'm reading it for the first time, and holy shit, it was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
it was hilarious.
Scarlett Johansson was it?
She was on it, and she came out during the Weekend Update because there was a bit where they did that with each other a few months ago, and they made a reference to Scarlett Johansson's roast beef curtains.
Oh.
So they brought her out, and Michael Shea apologized, but, fake.
Her husband's a writer, isn't he?
Colin Jost is her husband.
Yeah, that's right. Colin's her husband. Yeah. I was thinking brain farting, yeah.
But, very funny stuff. And now, again, remember, Michael Shea is writing the jokes for Colin Jost, and, what was the premise? But he had him say the name, I think it was a football guy. Somebody with the last name Kerr and somebody with the first name Nick. So Colin Jost, again, reading the cue cards, he goes, I am a big knicker lover. Hilarious stuff. There was just the Weekend Update to me is always, has always been hilarious, and those guys do it justice. They're great. So go on YouTube and check that out.
Check it out.
Maybe next time Mary comes home, you'll be watching Barbie. Will you be watching the Barbie movie?
No.
No? You sure?
No, definitely not.
No?
No.
I'm still kind of wondering. Vicky, come on. I read that already. John Rusciello, wearing a hospital gown is more gay than watching Grease. What?
Well, I mean, I was in the hospital, John.
Yeah, what does that even mean? If you're in the hospital, you're wearing a hospital gown. Like you, walking around in your hospital gown without tying it up. Although I think he did that on purpose. Yeah, John did. Yeah, that's not something I'd want to see.
No,
not at all.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, true. And it's like a car accident. You have to look.
And
he's probably pooping as he's walking without even. He probably doesn't even know it. Yeah, like a
just falls
horse.
out.
It's just yeah. I bet that's exactly what's going on. Now, John.
You had something to pick with him. You said
yes,
you had a bone
I do.
to pick with him.
Well, not a bone to pick, but I have to address him. I just before you got here, I had a busy morning. I had some stuff to do before and prepare for the show and get ready. So I was running a little late, so I didn't even see it. John had actually called me this morning. I unfortunately bet a few people that the Mets would win the Subway Series this weekend, and they lost 2 out of 3. So I lost the bet. I owe a few people money, John being one of them.
Yeah.
So he called me this morning, and like I said, I didn't even see my phone ringing. It's always on silent, so I didn't see it. But you know what? I think he left me a voicemail. Let's see what he had to say. Although I will say, I don't think I'm the loser here. I definitely lost the bet. I'm not disputing that. I just don't think I'm the loser here, and I'll explain why in a minute. He didn't leave me any voicemail. Did he text me? Oh, he did. He texted me. Okay, let's see. You have 24 hours to pay me. Otherwise, I'm sending Bashar Kalu to get my money, motherfucker. What's that? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
So you're not picking up your phone. You're trying to avoid me. Don't worry. I'll get you. I'll find you. You can run, but you can't hide. Who? John, like I said, I am not the loser here, and I'll explain. I lost the bet. I owe John $1.
You might
No
as well
doubt.
Zell on the dollar right now.
Sure. I don't have Zelle.
You don't have Zell?
Yeah, it's a long story.
What banking app do you have?
I do.
4-Leaf, Bethpage, whatever it is now.
Yeah, Island Federal Credit Union.
They don't have Zelle within there.
I don't know. I don't use Zelle or PayPal. Not PayPal. Whatever
Venmo.
those things. Venmo. Thank you.
No, because that's all third party. They see your shit. It's not private.
Oh, no kidding.
Zelle is run by the banks, and your information is not shared. Venmo fucking tells everybody everything.
But I'm not the loser here because John Rusiello was supposed to see Diane this weekend, and it never happened. Diane went down to Florida to visit her sister, who by pure coincidence lives near John. So Diane, when she went down there a couple of months ago, she went and had dinner with John. Diane's boyfriend Anthony and John shared a cigar, each other's cigar, well deep into their mouths. But yeah, Diane said on the air last Tuesday that she was going down to Florida this weekend. And she said, John, I'll text you. Well, they never met up. So who's the real loser here, John?
Text John?
I don't know if they had contact or not.
Because if it's not his fault, it's not his fault.
It doesn't
If
matter.
You get a text.
Doesn't matter. No, he has her number. He could text her.
That's true.
Bottom line, it doesn't matter who texts
I'm
who.
just trying to help you, John.
Too bad. He didn't see her. That's the bottom line. I get to see Diane at least once a week. You don't. So who's the real loser here, John Rusiello? Who? I think Mary's
Is there
going
an owl in the room?
Yes. I think Mary's going to come home to find you watching The Notebook.
Yeah. No. Now, if you don't know where to go, it is. So, Fender was writing something.
Okay.
And it had something about The Notebook in it, and then he deleted it.
Oh, really?
It disappeared. I started reading it, and it said something about watching The Notebook, and it disappeared.
All right.
He got rid of it.
Well, let's do this.
Oh boy.
Are you crying because you lost? It's okay. We'll bring you back.
Well, first, John, I just want to say
we'll
good
talk
morning.
you off the ledge.
I just want to say good morning before Tony starts ripping into you. I mean, at least say good morning first.
Good morning, Jeff. He's not going to rip into me. He can't rip into me. All right, he's got no shot. But I'd like to address a few things. First of all, I have to commend you, Mr. Walker. That show yesterday.
Oh, that was a good
one of the greatest shows I've ever seen on a comedy, not the dead comedy show. It was fantastic.
Well, let me clarify something with you. Are we? Because I did 2 shows yesterday.
Yeah, the night show. The day show was a normal show. It was very good. It was nice. All right, you had wonderful guests. But the night show was fantastic. Fun. Anytime Don and Jay get together with you, all right, it's a wonderful show. Laura Patton was on the money. I'll never think. I'll never look at assholes.
And I'll explain this to Jeff after the phone call.
Yes. Jeff, you missed a great show.
Sounds
anyway,
like
that's number one. Number 2, all right. I'm sorry you lost. All right,
no,
I know you're
not.
trying to avoid me. So I'll tell you what. I know $1 is very difficult for you to come about. So why don't we bank it? And I'll make this proposition to you. At the end of we'll bet every game, $1 on every game, and at the end of the year, whoever is in the black, we'll settle up then, including playoffs.
All right, I want to
Yeah,
make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Every game, you're talking about every game the Mets and Yankees play against each other, or every game this season?
No, every game the Mets and Yankees play.
Against each other?
Against each other, yeah. No, okay. Together they play together. You dope.
No,
against each other.
No, that's what I just said. That's what I was asking. Against each other, or just their overall records for the season?
No, against each other.
Right.
I think they play 2 or 3, at least two times more than the playoffs. Don't
right. They definitely face each other again this year. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And that's
okay.
City Field.
So why don't we
Field
do that?
this time? That's right. All right, you're on.
Okay.
John, you know
all right. Now let me explain something to you about hospital gowns. Hospital gowns for men and women are the most gayest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I know they
dispute
have a
that.
reason, to have a purpose, just in case they need to get an IV or they need to do something. It's an easy access to get off, but they're terrible.
Yeah.
They're
Absolutely.
disgusting. Now I'm going to tell you a true story about me. You know, knowing me the way you do, I'm very superstitious.
Yes.
That's the way I am. That's the way my father was, and I live by superstition. So when I found out that I had to get my breast removed, I had a dream that night before the operation. All right. If you wheel into the operating room, they're going to wheel you into the morgue.
Oh.
So I said, "Oh shit!" So I'm in the prep in the room where they prep you for surgery, and I said to the nurse, I'm walking in the operating room," and she said, "You can't walk in. We have to wheel you in." Right. I said, "I'm walking in the operating room, or I'm not going into the operating room."
You're such a difficult patient.
I am. I was very difficult. All right. And she said, "We'll see about that." And I said, "Listen, lady, I got to tell you something right now. Either I walk into the operating room or I don't go into the operating room at all. And I don't give a rat's ass what you tell me." In walks my surgeon. She turns around and, I don't know if they had to did that to you, Tony, but they have to sign. They have to make a mark on which body part they took off.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So they sign whatever they did. I said, "Doctor," I said, "listen," I said, I don't want to be wheeled in the operating room." So she says, "Well, fine. All right. What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to walk in." I says, "With this battle axe, who's in charge of the room here, says I have to be on a gurney." She goes, "No, you don't." She says, "You can walk in. You're walking with me." I said, "Okay, fine." Unbeknownst to me, I was naked.
Oh.
I didn't realize I was naked. So I walked down the hall with my doctor into the operating room, both ass naked.
How does he not know he's naked? How do you not know you're naked, John?
Because
I was all doped up. What do you? Don't you? I'm glad you never had an operation.
No, I've
Thank
had plenty.
God. Yeah. Well, don't you know they give you Twilight? They give you all kinds of stuff.
They give you a little something to relax you. But I could tell if my manhood is being held up, in some tidy whities or not.
Well, you're a better man than me, dude, because I didn't know. I had no idea.
Because every Saturday night he's walking around naked with men, so he's just used to it.
Oh.
Who? What?
I said because every Saturday night you're walking around naked with men, so you were just used to it.
Well, to be honest with you, real men had locker rooms, all right, and we used to change, and we saw each other not naked.
And were you playing the Grease soundtrack?
No. Well, not the Grease soundtrack. What is it?
You were just greasing each other up.
Easy Riders.
Yeah. All right. So, what is the problem? Why were you so hung up on getting wheeled in?
Because he was afraid
because I had that
wheel
dream.
in, you're gonna wheel
the
to
dream.
morgue.
Oh, I see.
I had that dream. What? Don't you pay attention?
What'd you say?
All right. Don't you pay attention?
Now, John, when I was in the hospital and I had the stupid hospital gown on, I also had Mary bring clothes from home. So I had, since it was late, early spring or whatever in May, I had shorts on. I had shorts from home on and under my hospital gown. Because I pretty much ran the joint. I ran that place. I ran it because I was sitting outside of the picnic tables by the ambulance bay, having coffee. My friends would bring me. So, I wasn't worried about how I was walking.
Yeah, but what are you guys worried about? I mean, who cares? We've seen a million asses. Like, who cares?
Well, I got no ass, first off, but
all right, so all the more reason.
It's on the front, but
I'm not
so it's
on the front.
I was prepared. I was prepared.
So let me say this before I let you go on with your show. Last night, Mr. Walker, you were exhausted. You were visibly exhausted.
Yes.
All right. The last 10 minutes of the show, you were ready to fall asleep. All right. It was the funniest thing in the world. Don was going on, and Don was absolutely fantastic. And you're smiling and you're looking, because you're a terrible poker player. You can never play poker.
You're absolutely right.
And you're looking at him and you're laughing and you say, "Okay, Don, please stop. Okay, Tom, let's." And you're looking at the clock, all right, and you're seeing, you're counting down the minutes. But I want to say you recuperated very well. You look cheerful, bright, all right. you have your stupid face on like you usually do, and I'm very happy that you're here at the show today. Goodbye.
See you, Johnny.
That was great. I'll be honest. What I was doing, Don had a beer or maybe two, I forget. But I don't know what it was, and I never even asked him, but I really thought for a minute that he was drunk, and he really didn't have much to drink. But that's what I was doing. I was getting tired. I mean, I did a show in the morning yesterday, and then I had to go coach my daughter's baseball, and then I came straight here from baseball. I was tired.
So what was with this? A Sunday morning show?
Greg Halverson, who watches semi-regularly, he's also an actor in my comedy troupe. He's putting together like a production team where they're making some movies and they have not an agenda, but the goal is to kind of like get women more into the forefront. So he wanted to bring these women in to promote their projects and promote what they're doing, but they couldn't come in during the week. So Greg asked me for a favor. Can we do it? And I've done this before, but usually what I do is if I'm doing something like that, I record it,
right?
And then I'll take a day off during the week, and I'll just play what we recorded, and that works out nice because then I can make up for that time. Whatever I put aside for that time, I can now do. But in this case, Greg asked not only that we do it, but he also asked that we go live. So I was like, all right, Greg's a good guy. So I figured, all right, I'll go live, just do a little bonus episode this week. And it worked out beautifully. These girls were pretty hot, and they were great. We actually had a really good show.
Cool.
And Greg's, like I said, Greg was sitting here too, and he's a good man. So yeah, we had a good show. But yeah, then I went home for an hour, then I had to leave to go to baseball, and then I didn't come straight here. I went home. I had, I think, a half hour to just wolf some dinner down, and then I came here. And so I was shot by the end of the day. And it was, I think we signed off at 9:30. I'm like, fuck, I got to be here in 12 hours, man. I want to go home. But no, what I was doing, I was looking at Don trying to figure out if he was drunk or not. And I wasn't really sure. By the time we left, he definitely wasn't. So I think I was wrong about it. But at the time, I was kind of thinking he might have been.
But Don's just like and you didn't show his picture. You said Don, you didn't show his picture.
You're absolutely right about that.
Oh, God. Sorry, Don. I'm watching out for you. But anyway, he's just like a high on life guy.
Oh, totally.
You know what I'm saying?
A positive guy, a fun guy.
He exudes positivity all around him. Absolutely.
Positive guy, but don't cross him. He's not afraid to stand up for himself.
As he shouldn't be.
Oh, absolutely. We were at a concert once, and we were standing, and there were these guys in front of us who were smashed out of their minds, and first they were just invading our space, but then...
hate that.
Oh, I hate that too. But then eventually, a guy backed into me, spilled a little bit of his beer on me, which I hate with a passion.
Now you got to smell it.
I just hate the feeling of, and then he did it a second time. And then one of the other guys, he had, I think, stepped on Don's foot. All of a sudden, Don just gets in front of them, and he's just yelling in their faces. I was like, what the? And then he came back. And then the guys, I think they knew what they did, and they were cool with us, and we were fine by the end of the concert. But then this past December, I took them. In fact, they were just on the show about a month ago. Mickey Dolenz is bass player and drummer. They were on the show. I know those guys. So they gave me free passes to the Mickey Dolenz concert at Westbury Music Fair. So I grabbed Don and said, we got to go. So Don and I go, and it's before the show, and we're sitting at our seats. And, I mean, what are the chances of getting into a fight at a Mickey Dolenz show?
Yeah.
But Don's sitting there, and the guy behind him was standing. And, like, he was talking, and he was totally oblivious to Don. And once in a while, as he's talking, he's kind of doing this.
Oh, God.
But then he goes to sit on the top of the chair, and he kind of, like, sat on Don's shoulder. And he gets right back up. And Don kind of did one of these. And the guy goes, hey, I'm sorry, but it's not like I've been doing this all night. And Don's like, yeah, you kind of have been. Don't do it again. And I was like, whoa. And I did in my head, I'm like, are we really going to get into a fight at Mickey Dolenz? Like, when was the last time Mickey Dolenz can say there was? I wonder if there was ever a fight.
Yeah, right.
At a Mickey Dolenz / Monkeys concert.
Yeah.
Like, so the guy totally backed. You could see it in his face. Like, he was scared. So he totally backed off. But, Don doesn't take any shit.
Good.
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Believe me, I am not saying
do
any of this
show
negative.
With Don next time you do one.
Okay, I'll let you know.
If there's an available slot for me to
Of
call. Of
course.
course. We're done with John's phone call, and I don't need to hear these anymore. I can take these off
Yes,
now.
that is correct. And speaking of gay, Jeff Bosey commented, good morning. I am so glad Jeff won't be talking about Pope issues and balloon knots. All right. First off, Bosey, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Jeff Bosey. Next, because Bosey has been in here twice since,
and he hasn't gotten his
since
shirt
he
yet.
won his EJ's pajama shirt. He was actually standing right in front of me last night, and I totally forgot. So please, because I'm senile, please remember to grab your shirt, and then also your
erectile dysfunction tablets.
Yes, acetaminophen tablets.
Acetaminophen.
Right, that's what I said. You left these here when we were filming that night, and I've been, holding these for you ever since. So between the two of us, maybe one of us will remember to give you your shit once you're
And
once
no,
you're
I have
back
no
here.
Pope issues to discuss. But you know what's funny?
What?
I was cleaning out some drawers this morning. I was looking for something, and I found my Pope credentials.
Your Pope credentials?
My Pope credentials. And my rosaries that the Pope blessed. Not Pope Leo, but Pope Francis. I had credentials because I was credentialed to work on his aircraft when he came to New York.
So, and the rosary beads that are blessed. So did you meet him? Or they just gave them to you?
They sent those to everybody who worked on his airplane. He was like right there. We weren't allowed to go up to him because there were snipers everywhere.
Okay.
So he waved to us.
Oh, he did? Okay, nice. So I need to explain John Rusciello talking about assholes.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Last night, Laura Patton was in here. She has a broken ass, a broken asshole.
Broken.
Basically, if you're trying to push out, you're
trying to offload.
So when she starts to push, it actually sucks. So her duty is going deeper into her. And it's a whole big.
It's a whole colon malfunction going on there.
Yeah, but it's actually worse than that. It's muscles. The muscles are screwed up, and she has to. And there's no fix.
No fix.
There's no fix. So she goes to get she has to go to therapy, basically like an ass doctor. They teach her breathing exercises, but they also occasionally and help her with her breathing exercises, and they massage certain muscles and certain things. She's also been had people go in to grab everything. Yeah, that was our.
Okay with you talking about this?
She brought it up. How would I know about this?
Okay. Yeah, I would.
She was talking about this live on the air last night at length. We were talking to her for quite a while about it. I am giving you a very basic
you're
version.
giving me the abbreviated version, which I appreciate.
I'm here.
I'm
for
sure
you.
everybody else appreciates it too.
Well, if you guys were watching last night, you heard it and you saw it, and that's what Bosey's referring
That's
to.
gotta be rough.
In all seriousness, it's
That's
terrible. Yeah, and she's been going through some shit.
Literally.
Pun not intended.
Yes.
Not intended.
I didn't think so.
But, we were making jokes, of course, and we had some fun at her expense, but she's a good sport. In fact, and then Romeo stepped up. She announced that not this week, next week, next Wednesday, the 28th, they're having a fundraiser here at the club for a friend of Laura's who's has an aggressive cancer, and it's not looking very good. And they're charging $100 a ticket because, according to Laura, 100% of the proceeds are going to this guy and his family. So they want to make a lot of money for him. But then Romeo called in and said he will donate $100.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Nice. That was a really nice thing that he's doing. So that's what they're all referring to. Balloon knots. Yeah, she even said to help her breathe. One of the exercises while there's a few fingers in there, she's up there blowing balloons, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess because the the blowing of the balloon creates this whole different muscle reaction in your torso, I imagine. Wow.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That was a great show. John on the phone. Loved it, says Ann. Fremder is singing his praise for tits. If she comes home while he's watching The Notebook.
Yeah, there it is now.
What's that?
That's the one he started before and made it disappear. I guess he decided to put it back up.
It's going to be on pause because he ran to the bathroom to change his pad. Oh, my goodness.
Notebook pad, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I was in the hospital, the nurse went gown on me. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's what the shirt was. You look like Jones Beach Air Show. Oh, right. Yes, that's what I had on my coach shirt on last night. So, yeah, Fremder was making fun of me last night about it. He said I look like the blue coach shirt.
Oh, coaching, as in like you're a coach of it. I thought you meant like coached of the ladies' products. I was going to say, here we go. Now I got one. And
so you're watching Grease, and now you know the name of ladies' products.
What, do you buy your wife presents?
Women
like Coach.
God's honest truth. I have no idea what that is. What is that, a pocketbook or something?
Yeah,
or
like
clothes?
pocketbook and
Coach?
Pocketbook, yeah. Stuff like that, I think, yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's because you're buying gifts.
Lisa, he has to buy you nicer things.
Lisa is great in that sense. Like, yeah, she doesn't. Yeah.
All the more reason to buy her nicer things.
Well, true. Fremder. Yeah. So, all right. So I think we're all caught up on everything we need to talk about. Did oh, maybe she'll come on. You'll find you watching Love Actually.
Probably not. No. Nope.
Now you're a big music guy like myself, especially in the classic rock genre.
Mm-hmm.
You've been following all this craziness with The Who, or do you not know what I'm talking about?
I saw something, and just, as much as I do want to go see, their last Song Is Over show, provided I could stay awake through it. Well, it's the medicine. I know Zach is back. Zach Starkey is back on drums.
Nope.
I believe. No?
So that's exactly what I was asking.
Back. I saw something he was back.
Right.
And now he's not again.
So about a month ago, The Who did a show at the Royal Albert Hall in England. And
you know how many holes it takes to fill the Albert Hall?
How many?
Like 4,000.
That was good. So there's video of it on YouTube. They're doing the show. And I think it was towards the end. Roger Daltrey starts complaining on the microphone. I can't hear the bloody band. All I hear the damn drums just banging in my earpieces. Just complaining that the drums are too loud.
Yeah.
Apparently after that show, him and Zach Starkey, who's the Who's drummer, and if you guys know anything about music, you know that Ringo Starr's real name is Starkey. Zach Starkey is Ringo's oldest son. In the 70s, Ringo was kind of drunk all the time. So Zach's godfather is Keith Moon,
who was also drunk all the time.
Well, true. Drummer for The Who. Zach Starkey has been a professional drummer his whole life. He said in interviews that Keith Moon is the one who taught him drums.
Yes, yeah.
So it was only fitting that he became The Who's drummer back in 1996, and he's been their drummer ever since. In my opinion, the best drummer The Who had. Keith Moon was a genius, but he was also a mess. Mm-hmm. Where Zach Starkey, I think, is just a genius. And he's played with a lot of different people. Yeah. He was in Oasis for a while. He's gotten around. He's a good, solid career as a session guy. So, yeah, Daltrey's complaining. So, apparently after that show, Starkey and Daltrey had some kind of argument. Daltrey then announces Zach Starkey is no longer a part of The Who. Zach Starkey then, posting stuff, negative stuff about Roger Daltrey. 2 days later, Pete Townsend puts out a post. Zach Starkey has not been fired. This is all a miscommunication. Everything is okay. And he's in the band. Daltrey's been doing a solo tour, so he actually, I think it was the opening night of his tour. He says, in his video of this as well, he's saying how a lot of this stuff got blown out of proportion. He didn't say half the stuff that was said, and he's glad it's over. Well, this weekend, Pete Townsend posts, Zach Starkey is, in fact, no longer a part of The Who. Zach Starkey posts, yes, I was told I should post something about me quitting, but that's a lie. I did not quit. I was fired. I am not going to lie. I was fired. So, yeah, in and out, in and out, in and out, not in a good way.
Nope.
So, yeah, that's so the guy that
if this is going to be their real last world tour,
I think it is.
50th last. Yeah,
these guys are in their 80s.
Just let him finish it out with you. What?
That's right.
Rogers, he's such a bitch. He really is.
Have you met him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He does seem like it. Well, they both seem like bitches, to be honest with you.
I think Roger Moore. I don't think
Roger Moore. He wasn't a part
not
of
Roger Moore, not the great Roger Moore, who I did meet.
Oh yeah.
Yes, got his autograph too. What a great guy. But anyway, Roger.
What movie did you watch with him?
One of the James Bonds.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, Rogers.
He seems like a cranky old bastard. Yeah, a twat.
As my friends in Europe would say, when you don't want to tell somebody they're a twat, when they're annoying you and you want to say what a twat, you go, there we are then.
Kind of like see
but
you next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Say it right to them.
Okay.
There we are then.
Very nice.
Yes.
But they say twat, right? Don't they say
words
twat
quite differently over there? Like I was watching, Mary and I were watching a documentary about murders.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a girly thing. So anyway, it was a British documentary about this couple, they were loonies.
Right,
anyway,
a couple.
Yeah.
He murdered her vagina. You were watching a chick flick.
Yeah.
Or a rom-com.
Yeah, no. So they're talking, and they're like, you know how we say things, oh, man, what a controversy. Well, then, like the detective or the solicitor, which is a lawyer, I don't forget who it was, though, says, you don't want any controversy.
Yes, I've heard that, yeah.
Yes.
Garage instead of garage.
Garage, yeah. But privacy.
Privacy, right?
Privacy.
And twat.
I think not as much.
No?
Maybe a tinge.
For some reason, I thought it was twat. All right.
Maybe a little twinge there, but nothing drastic. Nothing that I would be like, what'd you say?
A little twat twinge.
Yeah. So, yeah.
A twat twinge.
So you go, there we are then.
Oh, that's good. I got to remember that. I definitely got to remember that.
I think if my wife and I have said that to each other, we were not like at the store somewhere, somebody annoys you and like they're getting in your way and being an asshole, you go, honey, there we are then.
That's awesome. I'm definitely going to remember that.
Yep.
Bose, I wonder if Laura's rear end therapist has the same license plate as Cosmo.
Ass man.
Oh, Seinfeld. Oh, I
got you, Jethro. I got you.
I didn't put that together. Oh, that's funny. That is very funny. Yeah. So that's the story there.
No, we'll see what happens. When is their tour supposed to start? You're supposed to be looking at the tickets for that, right?
I did, as a matter of fact, Sports Bash, which is on every Tuesday and Thursday here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Although this week he's doing Tuesday, and then he's either doing, I think, Wednesday or Friday this week. I don't think he's doing Thursday. Anyway, the show, he calls it every week, every show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sports Bash, brought to you by Ticket Bash.
Mm-hmm.
So Ticket Bash is the sponsor of that show. Ticket Bash has even done their own shows in here. Where they're promoting their events and, how you can do better.
Mm-hmm.
I did reach out to him already.
Okay.
You know what?
So it's in the works of some possibility.
Yeah.
Right,
although
cool.
I'll tell you, last time I looked, like to sit all the way up at Jones Beach for the Who was only $100, which shocked me.
Really?
But I'm old school, man. I hate sitting that far back.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like I'm in another time zone. And for that, like to sit
And
all
to
the way
see
up
that
there
there's
for
still
$100.
seats for it?
Well,
It's kinda-
I think this was the day they went on sale, I think.
Huh.
But I want to see what Ticket Bash can do for us. Because I do. Vinny's a good guy. So let's see. So David Lee Roth tickets went on sale. They were $100 face value, but he sold out. Don wanted to go see David Lee. I wasn't too big on it, but I figured, all right, he's doing all Van Halen. He doesn't do any solo hits. So I'm like, all right, screw it. Maybe that might be fun then to go see that.
Yeah.
But I didn't go through Ticket Bash. I just looked online. The cheapest ticket I saw was $230. No. Sorry, David Lee. No. So, all right, so the David Lee Roth and the Who. Oh, the Who's playing August 28th. Am I? Oh no, I'm home. Okay, I might be away, but
August 28th. Oh shit.
That's bad for you.
My friends from the UK are here.
Ah.
So I mean.
All right. Well, let me.
Well, no. I'm going to ask them if they want to go see the Who.
Yeah.
And I'll just we'll worry about ourselves instead of putting too much on your friend.
What was that?
I said, if anything, I would just tell them and we'll just get tickets instead of putting pressure on your friend to get more. You don't want to overdo it with him, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't think he'll get me tickets for free.
Not free, no.
Just a nice deal?
Yeah.
Oh, so what? You're saying they can get their own tickets?
No, I would get them on our thing. So unless your friend...
Yeah, I figured...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about it later. We'll bore the shit out of everybody here. Talk about it.
No, we're promoting Ticket Bash.
Yeah.
They beat everybody's price. They don't have service fees. Like they take it. There's usually some nice fringe benefits. Like they do it right. If you're going to pay this crazy money, they usually make it worth it.
Yeah.
But I am going to respond to them right now. I don't care. It's my show. You guys can
my
wait.
Crappy pay right now. I got no crazy money.
I hear you. You and me both.
Uh-huh.
But this is one, since I do think it's the Who's last time around, so I am kind of pushing.
So
I am
up
kind
there.
of thinking I'll
so up there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy money, but I'll at least see what they have to offer.
Tell you, being on this stupid medicine, I just you sit there and you're kind of like, oh. So being at a concert would be, if they don't.
Well, hopefully you're off those damn meds by then.
We shall see. We shall see. But, who else is coming this summer? Trying to think.
Good question. I'm not even sure.
No, nothing like old school wise. Nothing like that. I don't think there's anything old school stuff coming around.
I think the Doobies are coming around, I think.
All the Doobies? Which Doobie you be?
I freaking love that episode.
I know, right?
Who was I talking? I was just talking to somebody about that the other day.
Hey, which Doobie you be?
Which Doobie you be? And then Rerun Cat gets caught recording the concert.
Yes, because the recorder falls out of his jacket.
That's
yes.
right, yep.
I love that show. I wonder if anybody knows what show we're talking about.
They definitely know.
What's happening?
That show was awesome.
I'm going to have to start looking for a stream of that. I've been watching my, streaming my, what do you call it? Squad 51 Emergency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm back up on season 3. Yeah. Watch one every couple of days, Best show ever. Ever. But.
Ever? Yeah?
Come on. Squad 51? Best. The best. You saw my, cameo with Randolph Mantooth.
I did see that.
That guy he's the bomb.
That was funny.
He's up there now. He's like late 70s.
Well, yeah, that show was in the 70s,
Yeah,
right?
the show was early 70s. Yeah.
So you figure he's got to be older than that. He's got to be in his 80s then, right? He was probably
80s?
He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s when that show was on.
20s, early 20s, I bet.
Holy crap. Speaking of acting and celebrities and TV, Michael J. Fox is returning. After a years-long retirement because of his Parkinson's, he's making his way back to the screen. Michael J. Fox is 63. He has not appeared in a film since 2019. With the exception of 2021, he did a voice role on some show. But now he's coming back for a major guest starring appearance in the hit Emmy-nominated Apple TV series Shrinking. Oh, that's the Harrison Ford thing.
That show is great. I love that show.
He will join stars Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Details of the role are not out yet, although some people are figuring it's connected because Harrison Ford's character was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. That's a great show.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show.
I loved Harrison Ford as Han Solo. I don't think anybody else can do it. Han Solo like he could. Outside of that, I am not a fan.
No?
And plus, too, I have met him. He is a dick. I've heard that from many people, that he is a dick.
Really? That's so annoying.
Yep. The movie Sabrina that he filmed, which I believe was a remake of a Humphrey Bogart film.
It was filmed on the island, I think.
It was filmed in Glen Cove.
Yeah.
So I was part of the crew that was putting up phone lines on the set.
Mm-hmm.
He was so high and mighty. We were below him. Such a dick. And then my buddy Rob, who used to work over by Republic Airport, Harrison Ford used to fly in on his private jet frequently. He said, always a nasty man. Always. He said the nastiest was Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, that's disturbing too.
Yeah, but Harrison Ford was close, a close second.
And see now with the Harrison Ford sort of shrinking, you know, you see Jason Segel looks probably like somebody approachable, you know, but you're only seeing him in their acting role. You know,
right.
She was saying she heard that he might be a dick.
Who heard that?
Mary.
Oh, really?
But but I said I've never heard that, but I never heard that he wasn't either. But that's annoying.
I've never heard one thing or the other about that guy.
Right, neither have I. She said I think I heard he was not a nice person. I'm like,
wow.
That's annoying. Why can't you be nice?
I was just reading this morning.
It's not difficult.
Right. What is it? Just to say hi for crying out loud.
It's not difficult to be a nice person.
Harrison Ford. I met Howard Stern. He was a real dick. It's weird because I've heard both things about Stern. I've heard people say he can be a dick. I've heard people say he's nice. I met him at his house once. Again, worked with the phone company. I did a job at his house. He was a real dick. Back in the late 80s, I was at Westbury Music Fair to see Joe Piscopo, of all people. Howard Stern, Howard Stern happened to be sitting near me. And this was like the start of his rise. Like, remember when he first kind of came out, people, like, they didn't like him.
You talk about when he was on NBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when he switched over to K-Rock, people started to like him. This was right around that time, and he was getting swamped. You know, people just coming from every direction. He spent the time, and he was talking to people as he's signing. I thought this was really cool. And then after probably about 10 minutes of this, he finally said, hey, guys, you know, the show's going to start soon. I have to stop. I mean, really being that nice about it. I'm sorry. I can't sign much more. I'm really sorry. And then he would do, this is my last one. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll do that one. So I was like, all right, this is a cool guy. So who knows? I mean, I've heard some horror stories about Billy Joel, too. But I've also heard he's a great guy.
But, you know,
he's always been great to me the few times I met him.
Not everybody has a great day. You could catch somebody on an off day, and you're allowed to have an off day. Everybody does.
But, you know, it's funny you say that because I was just talking to a friend of mine this morning, and we started talking about Paul McCartney. I don't even remember why. But then I'm talking to a friend that doesn't live in New York, and he asked me, he said he saw a video of McCartney from this weekend. He asked me if I saw it. I said no. So
this weekend?
Yeah, so I went on Facebook and I found it. Apparently he was in New York this weekend. What's today, the 19th? Saturday. Somebody took a video and even said, May 17th. And I don't know where this was, but he's outside and he's walking. And, yeah, there's people all over him. And you can see he's not really digging it. And there's a guy walking right next to him. Paul, I bring my phone out. I'm going to put the video on. Can you say hi to my girlfriend? And Paul just says, I'm sorry, but I'm walking. I'm trying to get to whatever place. But just as he says that, he gets to wherever he's going. Somebody yelled to him, said, So he stops. He looks. He sees that, and he just darts right in. He wasn't like, he wasn't a dick. He's like, I'm sorry, but, he obviously didn't want to do it. He wanted to get to where he was going. He didn't say, buzz off, leave me alone.
Yeah.
It was, I'm sorry, but I'm getting. He must have known he was close.
But him being 80, whatever. He's been getting that for the last fucking 60 years.
And have you ever heard any story of him being a dick to somebody?
No. The only thing I've heard, like when he stopped taking pictures with people, except unless you're his friend, like Eric Clapton, or we go, but people like us, no pictures, which is fine. But what he says is, he goes, stop, put the phones down, have a conversation with me. He goes, I will talk to you. Have a conversation with me.
Yeah, sure.
He goes, don't put the phone in our faces. Let's, he goes, let's talk.
Right.
Which is cool. Let's talk. Okay.
Who was it? Somebody was in here once talking about how they were part of a wedding band, and they were playing a wedding that he was at.
Yeah.
That was somebody I had in here.
Yeah. And he went up and played, right?
I don't think he played, but he spent time talking to them afterwards.
Yeah.
And they had a good, long conversation. Yeah. Which I agree. I mean, I did that. The one time I spent like a half hour with Billy Joel, I didn't pull the phone out at all. And I've had people with connections to him actually who've said to me, "Yeah, he remembers you because of that." Like, I don't know if I believe that, but speaking of celebrities. Chris Roach.
Where is he?
Chris Roach, does anybody, Bosie, you got any? Oh, Carol's watching. Hi, Carol. She says,
Hi, Carol.
morning, guys. Bosie says, spoken noise. I heard the details about that new show are kind of shaky. I have no idea what he just said. Sorry,
Yeah, I don't know
Andrew.
either.
I had to beat you to the corny joke that you would have probably posted. Favorite Star Wars movie, Revenge of the Clit. Oh, my God. Return of the Brown.
Oh, good Lord.
To fix the DeLorean in small places, sometimes you need to parallel Parkinson's.
Oh, God.
So Chris
Anyway.
Roach, yeah, I'm just going right back. Chris Roach is, he contacted me. Chris Roach, you guys know Chris Roach. He's been in here many times. He used to have the hockey comedians on hockey podcast in here. He's done other podcasts in other places. Great comedian, hilarious comedian. Was a star of Kevin James' Kevin Can Wait TV show. He has an album out. When he put his album out called Roach Motel, we had a listening party in here with him. Just a great guy, great comedian, fun guy, very entertaining. I've been bugging him for years, literally years, to do a podcast in here. And probably about 3 years to be exact. And he keeps all the time saying he wants to do it, but just couldn't figure out the time. He didn't want to do it by himself. He wanted to have co-hosts. And there were a couple of times it looked like he was going to have a co-host, and for whatever reason it would fall through. And it just never happened. So about 3 weeks ago, I get a text from him. I take that back. I get a text from him back in January. Looks like I'm ready to start a podcast. I have some co-hosts. What do you think? I was like, oh, this is great. What do you, we're, putting some ideas together. But then I would say probably beginning of February was the last time I heard from him. And then about 3 weeks ago, hey, I think I'm all set. Finally, how are Tuesday nights? I can do Tuesday nights. He goes, all right, how's May 19th at 7 o'clock? I said, that's perfect because we can do an hour, and then at 9 o'clock is Hershey and the Key, so I'm here anyway. So he says, okay, May 19th it is. I said, great. I said, you have co-hosts? You're all set? He goes, well, I definitely have guests for that night. I'm like, no, he says, yeah, I'm going with guest co-hosts for the beginning. I was like, okay, cool. I said, all right, so when you have a chance, send me the name of the show, who's going to be with you, the premise of it, like the whole, if there's a theme, tell me how many people are going to be in, tell me, what you want to do, because, what do you need? Do you need graphics? Whatever you need, because I need to know so I can set up. Well, I have not heard back from him. So I have not heard from him in 3 weeks. He then just posted last week something about being in the hospital. He had his tonsils out, but I think there was more to it than just having his tonsils out. So Jeff and I are talking about it this morning before we went on the air. And we looked on Facebook. This post of him in the hospital is gone. It's not there anymore.
Gone.
So that's when I said to Jeff, why don't we get this son of a bitch on the phone? So I am going
We can try.
to. I'm going to call Chris.
We asked him why hasn't he called me about the guest co-host spot.
I
guess
should.
co-host here.
I think you should.
I can't believe he didn't reach out.
Bastard.
Unbelievable.
Let's see. Chris Roach. There's that. All right. There's his phone number. I'm going to see if I can do this right for once.
Oh, okay. Let me prepare. Let me prepare my headphones. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll stand a chance he'll see a Gov's caller ID, maybe?
Probably not.
No. Doesn't come up that way, huh? Well, it is a little early for him to be up.
Yeah.
It's
it
noon.
is
I don't know if he's
noon.
awake yet.
Yeah. His rock star life.
Yeah.
He's not answering. Son of a bitch.
Unbelievable.
Oh, we're leaving him a message.
Leave him a message.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hi, you've reached Chris Roach. Please leave a message and I will call you back. Thank you very much.
Hi, you've reached Chris Roach. Leave me a message. I'll call you back. Chris Roach, what the fuck? Are you doing a podcast tomorrow or what? I have not heard from you. There was posts of you, in the hospital. Now those posts are gone.
They're gone. They're gone.
They're gone. What do you
gone.
mean he's gone? He's gone.
Yeah.
Me and Jeff are sitting here
Waiting.
wondering where the hell you are. And we hope you're okay. But more importantly, are you doing a podcast tomorrow? I'll be here. You just say the word.
And I'm waiting for the phone call to co-host.
Yep.
Any day, any night of the week you want. I'm free.
And I'll have you know, Chris, Rosie Fiumara also expressed interest in joining you on your podcast. So maybe there'll be nudity involved. We'll see. All right. Well, we're live on the air. We were going to put you on the spot and find out what the hell are you doing. Again, hope you're feeling all right.
And you get this message. Call us back.
Yeah, if we're
here for 25 more minutes.
Yeah, he's still sleeping.
He's still sleeping though.
He's not. Yeah, he
No.
does. What time do you think he gets up? Like
I
2?
don't know. Probably about 2. I
2.
bet. Yeah.
Anywhere between 2 and 4, I bet he wakes up, and then he's up all night being funny. All right, you're a dick. See ya.
Ciao.
All right. Well, there you go.
Well, we tried.
We tried. So I don't know. I don't know if we're doing a podcast with Chris Roach tomorrow. All right.
Moving on.
Yep, moving on. All right, let's talk about this. Virginia. There's a McDonald's in Virginia.
Okay. Probably a few.
Well, true. But this one in particular is no longer allowing customers under the age of 21 to dine in.
Really?
The policy change comes after reports of multiple fights and other disrespectful behavior from young customers. Adults 21 and older will be allowed to dine in, but have to ring a doorbell to show their IDs. McDonald's is banning dine-in service for all customers under 21. New policy that guests under the age of 21 cannot dine inside or even enter the restaurant. They initiated this age limit after multiple fights among young people broke out in the dining area. The home of the Big Mac is down the street from a high school. Okay. There are signs taped to the door reading "Safety Notice effective immediately." Due to repeated incidents of student violence, this McDonald's location is temporarily closed for dine-in service.
And no town in Virginia.
It said Fairfax County.
Oh, yeah, but Fairfax is large.
Just like you.
Well,
I don't know. I've never been. What do you think?
That's like around. I think Fairfax is close to D.C. I think.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think so. But that's crazy. That's if they're all from the same high school, what are they fighting for? It's not like it's a high school rivalry with another town's high school or something.
Where my kids went to school, down in Wantua, it's almost next door. That's how close there's a Wendy's, but it's only like 2 buildings away from the high school. So the kids go there all the time, and I can recall when my kids were in school. Sometimes if I was getting some lunch or something, I would see
stupidity.
Yeah, you would think a tornado hit this place. Like it was just a disaster by the time the school day was over.
Yeah.
And I do remember, too, I think there was some kind of incident after school one day, because sometimes after school, kids would go there to hang out. Mm-hmm. And there was something, I forget the details, but there was something happened after school, and they were, like, keeping a closer eye on the kids and whatnot. But I can understand, seeing that, I can understand where this McDonald's is coming from. These little punks probably come in and just raise hell. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing it's probably more than just fighting with each other. They're probably just being kids and destroying. Being disrespectful.
Food fights.
But it is weird to me, right? But it is weird to me to think that a McDonald's of all places, like you can't walk in under 21. Plus, I don't know. I do worry. Like, there's not, especially with the drinking age being 21.
Yeah.
Kids, when they start going out, they get to that age of going out on Friday nights and weekends. Like, where are they going? The movie theaters I think are going to be a thing of the past at some point.
They're almost extinct.
The Seaford one just closed again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they closed. Somebody else bought it, and that one just closed.
No, it's not like when we grew up at all.
But even when we were growing up, how much time did we spend just, walking school fields, ball fields, and with nowhere to go? And yeah, I think sometimes, stuff was getting destroyed because we were bored.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we're on the school field, everybody's drinking, and all of a sudden, boom, the cops show up out of nowhere. and you're running through the streets of Hicksville, and I'd be running. Meanwhile, I didn't even drink, and I'm running like I did something wrong. But again, that's what I mean. You just do stupid shit because you just don't know any better.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm still stupid, so it didn't help.
I didn't want to say nothing.
So I think I feel bad.
I don't know. I mean, I get it, but we were different though. We weren't assholes. We were respectful kids. We were respectful. Come on, we were. Kids today, a lot of them are just disrespectful. Period.
Yes, we did some stupid shit, but when we were caught, we were caught, and we were respectful.
Yeah,
we definitely did stupid stuff, but no, we were definitely respectful.
I mean, now stupid things today because of all the social media, these stupid challenges and this and that. Some are deadly.
Right. Yeah.
It's cyberbullying and shit like that.
That blows my mind
Yeah,
because
it's terrible.
when we were in school, our high school was our whole world.
Yep.
And we could barely handle that. And now you're dealing with cyberbullying from kids all over the freaking world.
Yeah.
I don't.
You got kids telling other kids you should kill yourself, and then
Right.
poor kids some of them actually do it. And
Right.
I think those kids that were doing the bullying should be jailed appropriately and whatnot.
Jeff Bosey says that was the longest voicemail ever. We should call Guinness. Ann says she has seen Chris Roach in many of my favorite podcasts. I hope he shows up. He seems like a cool guy. Come on, Chris. One of the nicest guys going.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's
hilarious comedian. And just a great dude. You experienced that yourself? Bosey, it's a McDonald's. It's not that serious. It's one step up above a school lunch. No, I'm going to disagree.
It's Tony's favorite restaurant.
Well, that too. The French fries are made of cocaine. I'm telling you, because we just can't get enough of them. But no, I am going to disagree because again, when you're between the ages of 16 and 21, where are you going when you're going out with your friends? You're going out to a mall, and those are closing left and right. You go to a movie theater, those are closing left and right. Plus, how many times are you going to go see a movie? You want to go someplace where you can hang out and talk. And
Go to a movie nowadays is like paying for a concert ticket.
Well, that's true, too. So, yeah, I know. I think a McDonald's is a popular place, like a pizza place. Like that's where the teenagers are going because they have nowhere else to go unless they're roaming the streets. And when they're roaming the streets, they're getting in trouble. So, no, I think it is serious. I think these poor kids need a place to hang out, and I think it's sad that it couldn't be contained to the point where they felt that they had to ban them. Fremder, school lunch should just be a roll of toilet paper on a tray.
Is that because they're a bunch of little assholes?
Or the food is so bad it'll go right through you?
Maybe.
Now, that's something we had when we were kids. Hicksville High School had some terrible freaking lunch food.
I never really ate in the cafeteria.
No.
I go to the deli up by the CVS there at Old Country in Newbridge and get my... They see me, they're like, BLT, Jeff? Yeah, BLT.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember, I think it was 10th grade, actually. Somebody took a bagel, that we got at the school, threw it, stuck to that ceiling, and I am not making this up. If anybody we went to high school with remembers this, please let me know. Threw the bagel up, it stuck to the ceiling. It was there for 3/4 of the school year. It became our running thing. We would come in every day. As we're settling in, we would look up. There it is. And it was I think it was like March or April. We came in one day.
Good.
It's finally gone.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. The food at Hicksville was disgusting.
Oh, yeah. That's how we were lucky, though, because when we were there, it was only 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we were all, starting at 10th grade, we were allowed to go out for lunch.
Oh, in high school, yeah, but
all 3
I'm
years.
talking junior high, too, though.
Junior high?
Junior high and high school, the food was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, we had open
I think
campus.
the only good thing they had was Leo's Pizza. And, I mean, that was a top-of-the-line lunch in schools.
They used to have these, like, super small bags of fries. And they were just, looked like shoestring fries that you just bought from the supermarket. That was the only good thing. For me anyway, so I used to get 3 bags of fries and just sit there at the table eating all these fries.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, once there was open campus, forget it.
Yeah, that was great.
I left any time I could.
Now it stopped not too long after we graduated.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Not even for seniors?
I think they were the only ones, but I think now, these days, it's completely
Really? It's closed?
Yeah.
Is that... Wow, that... My kids were in school, they had... Was it 10th, 11th, 12th? It definitely... It might have been just 11th and 12th for my kids' high school. They had open campus.
Maybe that's what this place in Virginia needed. Maybe that school district needs to think about closing their campus for lunch.
And that's a shame, too.
It is.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they just got a job, says Bosie. All right, wow, calm down.
Man, he's all uppity today.
He hates kids.
He's very uppity.
Yeah, calm down. He came in here last night. He was in a bad mood last night, too.
Maybe he needs to get laid.
I don't think that's a problem for Jeff. No, his girlfriend
Stud?
is... Yeah.
Or just a really horny girlfriend?
Yes to both.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yes to both. Fremder, he loves a BLT. Big lady tits. Goodness. Let's see.
Now I could read.
Do you think Mary would come in and find you watching Pretty Woman?
Oh, man, she was hot.
She would look great in that movie.
She was hot.
That movie, I think we'd forgive you. That is a funny movie.
It is, yeah. Julia Roberts is excellent. Awesome actress.
Love Julia Roberts.
I hope she's not a bitch.
Yeah.
If you were to meet her.
I hope not, too. She kind of looks like she would be.
You'd hope not.
I melt when I watch her in Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. My son has worked with her brother a few times on various projects.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He said he's a nice guy. He gets, I think it's $2,000 for 3 hours.
Who is that?
Julia Roberts' brother.
Eric
Roberts.
Eric, yeah.
There was one
he does
project.
anything and everything.
Oh, yeah. There was this one project my son was working on that they got him, I think it was $2,000 plus airfare, hotel. So it probably works out to be like $3,000 or $4,000. But it's 3 hours. So let's say it's 9 to 12. He's there at 9 on the dot, and he's out at 12 on the dot. Don't ask him to do a single thing at 12:01, otherwise you're paying more. And he'll do anything you want during those hours. So use him while you got him, basically. But, but he said...
Nice guy, though.
He said he was nice. He said it was a little prima donna, not too bad, a little bit. Like how his hair looked was huge, a huge deal, and he had people taking care of his hair. Yeah. All right. So, did you notice what's going on outside?
Yes.
They're getting ready for the carnival that they do out in the parking lot here every year. This morning, what's the matter?
Yeah, it's carnivals.
You don't like carnivals?
These rickety things, man. When I was younger, I don't want to get on these. I wouldn't get on these things now. They're so rickety, and next thing you know, you're on the swing, the chain breaks off, and you're going across the parking lot.
It does seem...
And the crime that it invites. The clientele at these things.
Well,
is
that's
not what it used to be.
Yes, that's what gets me. The clientele is
they
definitely
set up a Crime Stoppers booth, and you'll see that carnival is empty.
And it, like everything else, quality just seems to be declining.
Yeah, it's all about the quick buck.
Right, and like you said, everything it just doesn't look safe. It doesn't. It looks old. But then, so this morning, like I said earlier, I was running late, so I was rushing around. I didn't even have time for breakfast. So when I got here, I got here late. I got here a little after 10. So I ran into the deli next door just to get a quick roll, and I'm eating breakfast as I'm preparing in here this morning. But when I go to the deli was crowded. So immediately it hits me like, oh, they're setting up for the carnival, so it's all the carnival workers getting breakfast. No big deal. I'm waiting online. There's a guy in front of me, and I was right. It's all carnival workers.
Yeah.
So there's a guy in front of me and a guy in front of him. That guy turns around to say something to the guy that was in front of me. So he just seems like a normal guy, but he turns around and he smiles. At least half of his teeth were gone.
Oh yeah.
And then they get to talk and they order. So now they're sitting off to the side. The guy that was in front of me, same thing. He's missing most of his teeth. But not only that, but they're so southern. They're deep South guys. I couldn't even understand what they were saying to each other. So Joe Bear's down in the thing and cooked out. And then the other guy, well, we'll go and then turn up downstairs now. And I'm just, sure enough, another guy comes in to order. the Spanish guy behind the counter. What? So you have the Spanish guy who with the thick. Me thought I don't like, and I don't do a Spanish accent, but he's trying to tell the guy he can't understand him. The Southern guy just keeps repeating, "Ground on Greek down phone." Like it was like a comedy routine. You had two guys that didn't know what each other was saying.
Should have took out the phone and started.
Yeah, I should have. I didn't even think of it.
Hysterical.
But I was like, it's a completely different world. These people from the deep south.
Yeah, they're probably like from backwoods of like Alabama or something.
A friend of mine was telling me a story. He was in
Kentucky.
He was in the deep south for whatever reason, and the people that he knew from down there, they said, we're going to take you to this place that has some great food. It's a popular place, but they were deep in the woods. They take him to this place. Yeah, exactly. They take him to this place. It's a house. They go inside. Sure enough, there's like a buffet. But you walk right through their house to get to this buffet. He said that the people sit in the living room watching TV, and you walking right past them. There's a buffet like a half moon, but he said the food looked disgusting. It looked old. He said things that were dirty. People using their fingers. And he said he grabbed some fried chicken. He said that was the only thing that looked halfway decent. And then you grab all your food. And then you pay the lady on your way out based on what you have. And then people are just standing around the house or they're going outside and they're eating. He said, yeah, so it was the craziest thing.
And how was the chicken?
He said it was okay. He said, and that was all he ate. He said everything else looked dirty and old.
God.
But that's, they're probably, and even these guys too, they look, I mean, they're working, they're getting dirty, they're sweating. So, I mean, I don't expect them to be in a tux.
Yeah.
But
it's carnival life.
Right. And they look like they've been wearing the same clothes for 5 days. Like their clothes were already dirty. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what they've been doing.
Yeah.
But they looked, again, it looked like, the clothes were dirty that, for the past few days. Like, it was interesting. Every year they come in, I'm like, oh, I should do something, like go record interviews or something, mess with these guys. But then I see that and I'm like, no, I'm going to stay far away from these people. Yeah. It's, it's interesting.
Well, thank God it's like tucked back here behind these stores. My daughter won't see it.
Well, right. That's what I'm wondering.
Road.
Because, they are parked here. Usually the carnival is in front of Governor's, between Governor's and the strip mall.
Yeah.
It's usually in the main parking lot. So I wonder if they're switching it this year.
It's going to be like this. I noticed some like back over here and there's some stuff over there. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope it's not. Because then, I have to find a new place to park this weekend, which would suck. So that was that's that. Let's see. What did Bosie say? I don't know. Or hang on. Okay, I don't know any of those fast food places, McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. I have to weigh out the pros and cons if I'm close enough to a bathroom. I don't know any of those fast food places. McDonald's or Wendy's, I just have to weigh in the pros and cons if I'm close enough to a bathroom. So he's just saying if he needs a bathroom, that's the only reason he knows these places?
I guess so.
All right. So that's where the French fry trend started with you. School lunch has traumatized you. No, it actually started before that. It did. It started before that. I'll tell you exactly where it started from. Julia Roberts, smoking hot. She can sit on my gear any day. That's funny. To avoid having to run to the bathroom after I eat fast food, I just eat it while I'm taking a shit. Okay. Fremder and Bosie, you two got me rolling, made my day, says Ann. And don't encourage them.
Yeah, that's...
You'll never get me on a carnival ride, says Fremder. I'd rather slam my balls in a waffle iron. All right, we can make that happen.
Hold on, it's a waffle iron right over there.
It's just amazing. The guys with the missing teeth were probably conceived on a tractor in the middle of a cornfield, not by reverse cowgirl, because you never turn your back on family.
That's good. That's good.
Very good,
That was a good one.
Yep. My love of French fries started with my grandmother. She used to make me French fries every night for dinner. That's where that started.
So it's her fault.
Oh.
And the hamburger thing?
They just go with French fries.
The lack of all the other food?
Yeah, that's just me being a pussy. Did you check out this John Lennon documentary yet?
No.
Yeah.
What'd you see it on?
Oh, you were too busy watching Grease.
Could have been.
It's on streaming. It's Was it Amazon? I actually, you know what I did? I rented it on YouTube. Is what I did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called again? What's the actual name of it?
It's called John and Yoko 1-to-1.
1-to-1. I know there's a number in there somewhere.
Because it's John Lennon did that concert called the 1-to-1 concert, and I thought it was going to be a concert film, but they barely show the damn concert, which I didn't understand then why they're doing this documentary, and it was a lot of there was some cool footage that I'd never seen before, but as far as the story. It was all so he put this concert together. It was a charity event for this special needs institution,
right?
Trying to raise money for them. But the whole documentary was, how he tried to go against Nixon, and he used to speak out against the war and the whole political thing. Like we've seen, there's so many documentaries on that shit. I don't know why we. And then, sure enough, and he got involved with people like Jerry Rubin and Allen Ginsberg and all those hippies and. We're watching 3/4 of this, and then sure enough, at one point, for whatever reason, I forget the reasoning, but, John decides to part ways with Jerry Rubin and has nothing to do with him anymore. Then, so we have like 15 minutes of this concert, why he put this concert on. I don't know, I just thought it was weird. But, yeah, so I was disappointed. But some cool footage. And they remastered what they show of the concert. Remember they released the concert back in the 80s?
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's all cleaned up and remastered.
Nice.
It was impressive, and hopefully they put the whole thing out. But, yeah. I thought you kept up on that stuff, no?
I just forgot. I tried, but, with everything else going on, I don't remember a lot of it. Yeah.
You're watching, I just had one and I lost it. No, not Grease. Ah, shit. What's the one with Hugh Grant?
Oh, and Elizabeth Hurley, was it?
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill.
Julia Roberts. That's the one I was going to pull out of my ass because you were watching. Notting Hill is a good movie.
It's a good movie.
All right, I'll tell you my favorite. Let's do that. Favorite flick, favorite chick flicks or rom-coms. Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
4 Weddings and a Funeral.
I never saw the whole thing.
That movie is hilarious.
Really? I gotta watch it.
Hilarious. I love that movie. Will be number 3. My Best Friend's Wedding was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Dermot Mulroney or something.
Yeah, and Julia Roberts.
And Julia Roberts, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'll stick with that list.
Yeah, yeah.
What's yours?
I don't know.
I mean, I know you have a lot to choose from.
No.
Now you're going to tell us you don't know enough?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So your top 3 would just be top 3 that you watched today.
I do. Come on now. What about While You Were Sleeping?
That's Julia Roberts.
Sandra Bullock.
I don't think I know that one.
No. She was a token girl for the subway. And this guy she would see all the time, she kind of had a thing for or whatever. And he got knocked onto the tracks and knocked out. And she saved his life and whatever. And she was just down on her luck, kind of, nothing going on. And she told his family, basically, when she sent to see in the hospital, he was in coma, that she was the fiance.
Oh.
They're like, oh my God, he didn't tell us anything. And but she ended up falling in love with his brother.
Oh.
Yeah. Even when he woke up from his coma, he's like, who are you? You're my fiance? So, little amnesia. It was good. It was a good flick. I like Sandra Bullock, since she's another cutie.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt.
I heard she could be a little bitchy, but I don't know.
Elio Pace, my good friend, who was doing a concert this Wednesday. So if you're in England, go see him. He was part of the musicians that played Sandra Bullock's 30th birthday party.
No, no kidding.
He said she was great.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's over 20-some odd years ago.
Oh, yeah, she's our age?
She's like our age, I think. Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be 20-something years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sandra Bullock was always a cutie.
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't understand her marriage to Jesse James at all. The motorcycle guy. I
forgot all about that.
Yeah.
She's not married to him anymore?
No. No, they got divorced. He ended up with Kat Von D, I think.
Who's that?
Another tattooed chick, something.
Oh.
But anyway.
Well, that's actually a list I have here somewhere. A list of weird romantic couples. So we'll do this quick before we go. Oh, this is what sparked it. You just mentioned Elizabeth Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
You know who she's currently with?
I forgot.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're currently together.
Really? He's a weird dude.
He's a very weird dude and not very talented. I'm not a fan. So, yeah, because they're currently together, so that sparked, like, some article I was reading to list.
Were you hurt by that?
What's that?
Were you hurt by that?
Oh, Elizabeth
Did it
Hurley
break
still
your
looks
achy, breaky heart?
fantastic. Yes, totally. Wow. I'll call you friender.
Ah.
Janet Jackson and Matthew McConaughey.
Really?
I didn't know that.
They're right now? These are couples
No.
right now?
No, just because of this current Hurley and Cyrus, they then listed
okay.
people who have dated in the past that
gotcha.
didn't really go.
Yeah.
Andre Agassi and Barbara Streisand. Didn't know that either.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good for her.
This one I knew about. Kim Basinger and Prince.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
when
knew
he
about
did the
that,
Batman movie music. This one I knew about and forgotten. Diana Ross and Gene Simmons.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Gene Simmons also dated Cher for a while.
Yes.
Madonna and Vanilla Ice. Which sounds like a promotional setup to me. Madonna and Tupac.
Really?
Yeah, that I think I actually knew.
I don't remember that.
What is Tupac backwards? Kaput.
Kaput. Yeah. I was going to say he was one Pac after the first shooting.
That's right. Pamela Anderson and Scott Baio.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. And then this last one, Nicole Kidman and Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
Yes. I think I remember that, yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. And then the last one on this list.
So she likes the music, guys, Nicole Kidman.
Yes, she certainly does. Last one on this list. What is that? Oh, Olivia Newton-John and Jeff Scelzi. It's amazing.
Well, I didn't know you knew. She's decomposing right now and probably still hot as hell.
Oh, yeah. I think her name came up last night. We were talking to comedian Pat O'Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
And her name came up, and he says, I would still do that. All right, we're getting out of here. We have to go. Jeff has to go home and watch.
I got to go to the motor vehicle.
It's a likely story.
Got a motor vehicle appointment.
Yeah, in your living room with
Olivia.
With Olivia Newton-John. With I don't know, name any George Clooney movie. All right, we're getting out of here. Steve Square tonight at 6:30. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. Me and Diane tomorrow morning at 11 for some Tuesday trivia. Sports Bears with Peter Schwartz tomorrow at 1 p.m. And I think that's it for the day, unless Roach is, by some miracle, is doing the show.
He'll probably call in or come in again when I'm not here, like last
time. Like last time. That
Unbelievable.
There is no Hershey and the Keegs this week. Wednesday, me and Mike will be here. Don't forget this Thursday. I've been pushing it a little bit, so I don't know if I told you already. But this Thursday, when we bring in a musician every week, Frank will be here. We're going to be zooming in where we'll be talking to Tony Walker.
Oh, okay.
A friend of mine sent me a text a few weeks ago and said, hey, check out this YouTube channel. It's called Tony Walker is Your Best Friend. It's a musician. Mm-hmm. He lives in Iowa. And he's a musician. So we were supposed to have somebody this week, for Thursday, and they canceled. So I was like, let me take a shot at this. I sent a message to this guy, I don't know, maybe Thursday or Friday. Told him who I was, and he wrote back immediately, said he'd love to do it.
Cool.
So we'll be talking to Tony Walker.
All right.
And we're going to see what else we have in common other than our name. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, baby. Please, share the link to our shows. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here. And, of course, the club itself, Governor's Comedy Club. We have the main stage right here in Levittown. We have the Giggle Room here. We got the Brokerage in Belmore and McGuire's in Bohemia. Robert Hansen, medium Robert Hansen. I think that's Thursday here at the club. Oscar Colazos, Tommy Gooch, Daniel Torado. Just some of the names you'll see on the Governor's stage this week. What else? KnockemDeadComedy.com. Our next public performance is coming up. It's right in good old Hicksville. Tonight's Columbus. We're doing a luau family reunion themed show. Go to KnockemDeadComedy.com. All right, let's check out the last of the comments, and then we're going to get out of here. I read that one already. The guys with the missing teeth. I read that one already, too. Ann has a doctor visit in the morning. May I not see you guys? Oh, all right. Well, hope whatever you're going to the doctor for, hope you're all right, Ann.
Indeed.
We're playing Tuesday Trivia, so we'll miss you. Fremder, she's hot. I'm jealous that Peter Pan Tinker Bell. Oh, Fremder. Okay. Everybody's just saying goodbye to you. Gene Simmons broke up with Cher. Avoid getting a tree a kiss. What? Giving a tree a kiss. Oh. Fremder. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, pal.
All right, brother.
We'll see you, next week, and
Yes,
good luck at your DMV.
Yep. And my PET scan. I got my PET scan.
Oh, that's today,
this
too?
Week.
Oh, this week?
It's, later in the week.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. You get that over with, they'll find that everything is good.
Yeah,
and you'll
gotta
have
wait 5
some peace of
days.
mind. 5 days what?
After the scan to the appointment for the results. Bastards.
That's fine.
I'm going to sleep all weekend.
No news in the meantime is a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. All right. Good luck, pal.
Yeah, brother.
All right. Everybody have a great rest of your day.
Enjoy, folks.
That's right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Ciao.